So you just got paid. Now the question is, what do you do with your money? All that bread that you've been stacking up, have you just been going out to the mall, buying some custom Jordans and Nikes, getting that lobster and shrimp dinner every other night, treating yourself, living the finer life, right? And that's completely fine if so. Or maybe you should consider reinvesting your business profits back into your business. In this video, I'm going to share with you guys 8 ways to reinvest your business profits. I'm not going to read this whole article, but they do have some good pointers, good ways that I think we can kind of run with those. And I'm going to share my 2 cents in how I most recently reinvested my business profits back into my business. And you might be able to see one of the tabs up that says the name of the equipment that I purchased. It was a nice little hefty penny, but we'll dive into that and why I made that investment towards the end of this video. So definitely stick around so you guys can see my newest investment, my newest toy that I purchased for my TaskRabbit business, my business in general, but a lot of, I'd say about half of my business that I generate through Adam Helper comes from TaskRabbit. And so, oftentimes I'll just refer to it as my TaskRabbit business. So if you guys are out there, part of the gig economy, if you're doing your own thing, or you have a small LLC, small S Corp or whatnot, this video is for you. And before we jump into it, if you haven't already, smash that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, and it also lets me know you guys enjoy and appreciate this type of content. So the first way you can consider reinvesting your business profits is with your marketing. Too often than not, so many people who are part of the gig economy don't even think about marketing as something that you kind of should do or need to do. And I get it, because you are a part of the gig economy and you're relying on some of these gig apps. Well, most of your business comes from, TaskRabbit, it comes from Fiverr, it comes from Upwork, Uber, DoorDash, Lyft. They all supply you basically with business. So you don't really have to do your own marketing. That said, it definitely will help you to stick out and potentially generate additional leads and additional business when you do your own marketing. And in this day and age, it's so easy to, put up a little marketing campaign on Facebook, on Instagram, on, Google. Nowadays, there's even more robust and intricate marketing solutions and ways for you to get seen and heard. You can make a marketing video that's on Hulu. Imagine having your video show on Hulu when someone's watching some other content. All of a sudden, maybe earlier that day they were Googling, furniture assembly help. Next thing you know, your promotional marketing ad piece is showing up on Hulu promoting your small little TaskRabbit business. Well, it absolutely is something you should consider doing, and you can end up generating some pretty good money if you do have a good marketing strategy in place. So I'm going to keep it moving there, but feel free to leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions about, marketing, how you can go about marketing yourself, your business. You guys see my Adam Helper t-shirt, you see the Adam Helper hat. This is all marketing and branding right here. And so all of this is ways that I've reinvested in my business myself, and am hoping that it will basically return, generate some additional leads and business. And I know for a fact it has. I've literally had people stop me and say, oh, are you Adam Helper? Or I've had other people say, oh, I love your Adam Helper thing, and da-da. And so I know for a fact it does stick out, it catches people's attention. Or if you're doing a job and they see you wearing Adam Helper gear, it's like, okay, you look the part. This is all marketing and branding. When you're out doing a neighbor's yard, someone else drives by, they see you, they see that the marketing you've done. Again, marketing and branding, it is incredibly important and can go a long way if you actually implement a good marketing strategy. Number 2 on this list is research and development. Now, I do want to read some of this. It says your business's first profits can be proof of concept, but there's always room for improvement. It's wise to use your small business profits to look inward and make your products and services even better. Research and development projects aren't exclusively for manufacturing businesses. Any business can benefit from spending a little money to improve its business functions. Say your new tea shop received a few complaints that the thumb loop on the teacups can be too small for some. You might purchase a dozen unique mugs from your supplier and comp a few customers to give you feedback. To speed up the payment process, you might research and test new point of sale POS systems. I mean, my friends, it's all about kind of testing the waters and seeing if something works, really. Maybe you have to invest a little money into it and you don't go, don't dive in, don't go head first. No, you do the whole, just like with the water and the ocean, at least the way I do it. Some people like to just jump right in. Not me. I do the little, I do like the baby steps. I'm going to walk 2 steps, let a little water, get a little higher, take another 2 steps, get the water a little higher. Maybe I'll splash a little. I know I'm a baby, but it helps me with finding out if I want to go in or not. Maybe that water is a little too cold. I'm good. The ocean can be freezing. And, I'm going to back up. I'm going to wait until the sun comes out, warms it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in and try testing the waters again. And this is a similar approach that you might want to do with your business. Maybe there's something that you're considering doing that you're thinking might help, but you don't know for sure if it will. If it's that kind of missing piece that will help kind of complete your puzzle. Well, test the waters. Just make a small investment, get the ball rolling, let 1 or 2 customers try it out. If it works, then you're onto something. If not, cool, that's fine. You tried it, you tested it, and now you got to go back to the drawing board and consider maybe testing something else. Next on the list is inventory. Oh yeah, sometimes the best ways to reinvest profits is to buy more inventory. Again, I'm not going to read this whole one, but I do. Yeah, this is essentially, it's important. Inventory is a tricky thing because, it's kind of like testing the waters with the research and development, where you don't necessarily want to overload on something that you can never get rid of. Then you just wasted money. You're wasting space on products, on inventory that, basically isn't being sold or anything of the sort. You're just holding on to it. That's not an ideal position to be in. That said, you also don't want to be in a tight dilemma, a tight situation when someone is in need of some sort of product or service that you, or I don't want to say service, but some sort of product that you provide, and all of a sudden you're out. You don't have any more. Like there's the chip shortage for cars, for example. Imagine if you were Ford or one of these companies, automobile businesses, where you knew about this chip shortage that was potentially going to kick in and play a factor with, the whole automobile industry right now. Well, maybe you could have stacked up on those chips 2 years ago. And at that point, maybe you didn't have a real need for them then. But once the pandemic hit us, and now every automobile industry businesses has a chip shortage, you would have been one of the few who actually had the appropriate inventory to withstand the lockdown and whatnot. So, this is something that's tricky. Again, you don't want to just jump on things and that you're never going to be able to sell, or that's just wasting space. But at the same time, you do want to be prepared in case there's an extra demand for some sort of product that you provide. Again, tricky, but it is good to have, extra anything that you are selling than not have enough. At least that's how I feel. But, with all of these, I'm certainly just kind of throwing out my opinion, my thoughts. And, maybe you guys completely disagree with me. Maybe you think, I think he missed the boat there. If that's the case, feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts, because I'm sure other people would benefit from hearing your perspectives as well. And number 4 on the list is continuing education. And I like this down here. It says business owners who enroll in an eligible educational program relevant to their field of work and earn less than the income limit might be able to use the lifetime learning credit to reduce their tax bills by 20% of tuition expenses up to $2,000 in a year and $10,000 in a lifetime. Now, you can literally, if your business is, I don't know, some kind of skilled, or maybe you do moving. It's one of my main services I provide. Well, if I decided to do some kind of educational training course on moving, well, this is a great way to reinvest in my business because it's going to make me more skilled, more experienced, more qualified to be doing the services that I provide. And you reinvesting in your education when it's aligned with the business that you are doing, the services you provide, not only is it going to help you in that particular business, executing your job more efficiently, effectively, making more money as a result of your ability to do better with the actual job. But also, it's a business expense. It's a business investment, which means it's a business write-off. You can deduct this from when it's tax time. So oftentimes, I'll speak with people and they'll be like, oh, I don't want to spend all this money on. I'm like, dude, this is for your business. It's a write-off. You're going to have to pay taxes anyway. So you might as well pay as little as possible in taxes while also continuing to improve your business. And investing in your education is one way you can improve your business. Next on the list, number 5 is business emergency fund. And this point down here that they mentioned caught my attention. I was like, ooh, let me read this section now, because you guys know on this channel we're all about managing, and growing money. And I often do speak about having an emergency fund. But this is actually probably the first time I've brought up a business emergency fund, which does draw attention to this, the fact that I probably should make a video exclusively focused on this, which I will do. But building an emergency fund is vital to any small business. Having 2 to 3 months worth of essential expenses, payroll, rent, utilities, and supplies locked away can make the difference between surviving and succumbing to temporary losses of income. An emergency fund can keep you solvent after losing a major customer or temporary closing due to COVID. While it might not feel like a reinvestment in your business, an emergency fund buys you time when you need it most. Now, here's the kicker that I caught here earlier when I was looking at this. It says the median small business has just 27 days worth of cash runaway, according to JP Morgan report. Just 25% of small business have enough cash to last 2 months if revenues ceased. So this is really important, my friends, because I like when we're self-employed, when you're a sole proprietor, an independent contractor, freelancer, your emergency fund oftentimes is kind of clumped together with your business emergency fund. And, I don't want to say that I have kind of, that I've made a conscious, hard, clear effort to make an actual business emergency fund. And then because I haven't done that, but I do have money that is there under my business and my business accounts that kind of acts as an emergency fund to me. And those, just a second savings account, which I think it's my Chase one, my credit union one is like my regular kind of spending and whatnot. So, I kind of have done it, not intentionally, but there is money there if need be. That said, I do absolutely have my personal emergency fund that is good to go. I have, a couple months worth of savings. I'm good. So as I'm talking about this with you guys, again, I'm not trying to make it out like I'm perfect myself, because some of these are things that, oftentimes I'm doing my own research and it's like, ooh, this is a great idea that I need to share with my audience because I'm sure other people can benefit from this. And so this is a perfect example of something that I'm like, as I'm seeing it now, like, you know what? I'm kind of slacking there, to be honest. I don't fully have like a dedicated, I kind of do, but not really. It's like, I got a foot in, foot out. So we got to make a conscious effort to build up a separate, completely, separate business emergency fund with more than 27 days worth of cash expenses, and more so like 3 months is the goal. That's the goal that you want to aim for, 3 to 6 months. So I think with the business emergency fund, maybe you consider taking a similar approach that you would do with your personal emergency fund, which is try to save up at least $1,000 first, and then after you get to that 1,000, then go to aim for 1 month, then 2 months, and 3 months, and then potentially all the way up to 6 months. Different people will say different things. Some people say 3 months, some people say 6 months, some people say a little less, but you just want to be prepared and able to withstand a kind of a dry spell. If you don't have any business coming in, no revenue coming in, you want to be able to make sure you can keep, the lights on, keep the bills paid, and keep the ball rolling forward. Number 6 on the list is employees. And I'm going to read this section because I do think it's critical. It's good, and if you're someone who's just really getting the ball rolling, maybe you're just bringing on some help, this is definitely for you. It says, if your business is doing well, reflect on whether you'd like to expand your workforce with a first or additional employee. It's also an apt time to thank your current employees for helping you build a successful business. Deciding when to hire a new employee is difficult. Create a set of projected financials to play out how your business would fare over the next few years if it hired a new employee. If future profits looked good and you have a inking that now might be the time, take our advice on hiring top talent. Don't forget to acknowledge the employees who helped you reach your profit goals. Not only do happy employees do the best work, but replacing departing employees costs more than just money. Think back to the jobs you've had and ask yourself how long it took to feel comfortable and autonomous. Depending on the job, it could take weeks or months for you to get things done without another employee's help. Put clinically, the lapse in efficiency can hurt your bottom line. If you have room in your business budget, consider offering a small bonus to your current employees and survey their benefits package to see if there's room for improvement, such as adding a matching 401k plan. So I think most people watching this video at this point probably don't have employees, but you might potentially be working with other independent contractors, other sole proprietors who help you on jobs. This is, and maybe not. Maybe you are, again, kind of at that point where you're like, maybe I do want to bring on a full-time employee and make it official. Certainly much to consider there, as we just kind of covered, but I do like the end of this where it says, if you have room in your business budget, considering offering a small bonus to your current employees. So if you do have individuals that you are working with right now and that have helped you get to where you currently are, assuming your business is in a better place than, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, then you should definitely, absolutely consider giving them some sort of bonus, some sort of gift, basically, just to say, hey, this is my appreciation for the work that you've done, and you are appreciated. Because I think one of the, and this is something I've thought about in the past, and I haven't actually done it, but as I'm touching it, as I'm saying this, it's like, you know what, I definitely do got to do this. And despite me working with other contractors in a kind of a smaller, tighter environment where it's not like the corporate world 9 to 5 and stuff. It's more relaxed, and it's not as professional. So I think you oftentimes don't really feel like, oh, it's work as much. But I'm sure the other contractors you're working with are like, no, this is work. So I think this is a nice way to just, again, show your appreciation for their efforts, their time, the commitment that they've shown that has helped you to grow your business. Number 7 on the list is software. Now, this to me is kind of a no-brainer, but for some reason, so many people who are part of like TaskRabbit or part new to the gig economy are like reluctant to invest. They're kind of reluctant to invest back in the business unless it's like something they absolutely know for sure they need. Oh, Uber, DoorDash, you need a car to do your job. So people are like willing to do that. But then anything else, they're like, oh, I don't know. And right above my head, actually, right there, you can see QuickBooks Online. So that's one form of software that, I think I made a video about it a few weeks ago saying the first thing you should do after you sign up with like any gig app pretty much, or once you start to do your own, business and you have customers, you have money coming in, definitely consider getting software like QuickBooks, which is going to help you with your accounting needs and stuff, and help you to separate your business from your personal expenses, and just other aspects that are I don't want to say aspects, but other important components to running a business, getting sending out invoices, getting paid. QuickBooks can definitely help you with all of those things. That's one form of software that I invested in that had completely helped to change the landscape of my business. Something else is a CRM. And, this literally is probably the first time that I'm actually saying it. And at this point in the video, who knows how many people are still watching, but one of the investments that I'm making with my other business, not Adam Helper, but my other business, is a CRM designed for self-employed individuals. And the thought process was, hey, I had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to have my current CRM that I use designed to fit my needs. what if I can just, and I invested that money knowing that it's going to help me get more insight into my business. It's going to help me run my business in a more effective way when it comes to seeing where are the opportunities, who are my best customers, things like that. I had to spend a lot of money, more than most people, because I had a lot of things kind of customized and configured to align with my needs. And since I am, self-employed and part of the gig economy, there isn't really a CRM designed for us. And that's exactly what I'm actually currently doing. So, you know, as we talk about reinvesting in your business, one way that's not really on this, kind of not really, but is investing in your own products that you are actually creating and building on your own from scratch. And that's something that you can then utilize for your business, but then also potentially turn around and sell it and put it out there to let others benefit from the product that you've created. So kind of exciting, not necessarily aligned with everything here, but it is another way that I am reinvesting in my business. And it is software that will help me with, being more efficient, seeing more opportunities, and being able to grow my business more than what I already have. And like I said, part of the vision is to be able to turn around and say to you guys, hey, if you want to maybe do some of the things that I've been able to do with my CRM, you should absolutely consider investing in this CRM as well. So, figured I'd throw that out there, but investing in software is definitely something that, I think I was reluctant to do when I first got the ball rolling. And once it was like, all right, I got money, I should probably just make these investments, because why am I doing this the hard way when I can use some software that's going to make something much easier and save me a lot of time? That was just my main thought process there, but that's just me. Number 8 or 9, if you want to include my little CRM investment, is equipment. And it says to stay on the cutting edge of the industry, you might want to upgrade your business equipment. It's a good idea to invest in new machinery and equipment as your current assets age and become expensive to maintain. Rather than pouring thousands into repairs every year, upgrade to a more energy and cost-efficient piece of equipment. And that brings me to this bad boy, the Eagle Stage 2 S&T 2400 24-inch self-propelled 2-stage snowblower. Yes, Ego is I'm a big fan of Ego. If you guys didn't know, I don't think I've made too much content on this channel speaking about it, but if you guys check out my Adam Helper YouTube channel, I think I do, and at least we'll be planning to release a lot more content diving into equipment that I've actually invested in, using it, showing you guys while I'm actually out on jobs, doing jobs. That is all going to be on my Adam Helper YouTube channel. But I figured I'd finish this video up because this is the latest investment that I made with my business, this piece of equipment, which I've only had one client that I was able to use it on, and it definitely helped to speed up the job much more quickly than the previous times I would be over there doing snow removal. And there's the downfall with something like this is, like, I have an hourly rate, so using this is going to just speed up the job much more quicker, which means I make less money. So that might not be the best thing for me. It's great for my customer, and that's what it really comes down to. Now, from a strategic standpoint, my thought process moving forward is knowing that, okay, I can punch out more jobs. I can punch out a job more quickly than before. Well, now I can take on more customers. I can bring on more customers that I'm going to be able to serve and build up my clientele base while still being, efficient and getting the job done pretty quickly. So to me, this was a worthy investment, a good investment. It's going to help me with, one, it's new, it's up to date. So my old Eagle Stage 1, no issues, no maintenance really required on it, but this is nice and new, polished, and I don't have to worry about any of those potential hiccups that are going to arise with the Stage 1 sooner than this. At least that's what you would expect based off of usage and wear and tear. Aside from that, it's going to help you with not straining your body as much. If I didn't have my snow blowers and I was just out there using a shovel, well, yes, that is a lot more strenuous and demanding on your body. It's tiring. I'm only getting older. Do I really want to put myself through that? It's like, yeah, it is a good workout. I like it. We doing well, but again, I'm only getting older. Do you really want to put all that wear and tear on your body now, or be more smart about it? Get the job done just as effective or efficiently as you would if you were shoveling, but you're not going to be killing your body as much. So for me, this investment was a good move. Now it stinks that I just made it now. I wish I would have went forward with it at the beginning of the winter. But either way, hey, if we don't have any more storms this year, that's fine. I'm throwing it in storage and I'll pull it out next winter when we have our first snowstorm. And if we do have more storms this year, perfect. That bad boy's in the back of my Honda Pilot and I will pull it out and get some more work done. So to me, this was a great investment, something that I'm looking forward to utilizing even more on some other upcoming snow removal jobs. And hopefully it will help to potentially attract even more clients. They see me out there. They see the Adam Helper gear. They see the good work, the ice melt. A lot of snow removal people don't go above and beyond. They don't invest in these other little missing components that are going to help you with looking better and doing a better job than your competitors. And, having a snowblower like this definitely going to make you look more legit, more official than the taskers out there with just their shovels. Just a thought. Figured I'd make this video with you guys in case you're out there, you're starting to stack up your money, starting to make your bread, and you're like, you know what? I've just been treating myself to lobster and shrimp and the finer things in life, and life is good. And that's cool, to each his own. But like I always say, you got to be considerate of the future. If this is your business, if this is your baby that's going to make you more money, and maybe you're not thinking like that. Maybe you're just like, you're thinking short term and you're just like, no, I just need money for tomorrow because I want to live it up. To each his own. But if you're going to be doing your business for another 6 months, another year, then you should definitely consider reinvesting in your business in a way that will help it grow larger, help it make more money, help it do work in a more efficient manner, right? Why kill yourself when you can, work up a little sweat to get the job done just as well? So I'm going to wrap it up there. Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts. And like I said, I will be creating some content on the equipment that I use for my jobs and, take you guys out on some of the actual moving jobs, snow removal jobs on my Adam Helper channel. So definitely head over there, check that out here on YouTube if you want to see some of that content. But all right, my friends, you guys already know what it is. Much appreciation for watching. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If so, definitely smash that like button. And while you're down below, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date on all of our latest and upcoming video content. But all right, my friends, you already know I gotta keep it moving. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.